Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Atrophy of Soul, and welcome back to my Resident Evil No Damage Real Survival Chris Redfield Best Ending walkthrough. So right now we are going to be backtracking a little bit through the mansion because we actually left our shotgun ammo inside of a box in a different safe room. However, on the way there we will be doing the puzzles that we need to do in order to access the boss room. So firstly we are going to be doing the puzzle in this room. So what you want to do is press the switch under the yellow image, go onto the other side, hit the switch under the yellow image here, and then hit the switch under the red image here, and then go toward the back wall, hit the switch under it, and that will be the puzzle. I much prefer the puzzle in the original release of Resident Evil. This one's pretty interesting, but the other one had, I don't know, it had a really good feel to it in my opinion. It was just very interesting and pretty dark as well. It was essentially a puzzle about the cycle of life, so I think the puzzle was labeled from cradle to grave or something like that. But yeah, so you're going to want to pick up the death mask, and you want to use the old key in order to unlock the door over there, which gives us quite the shortcut through the mansion. So the reason that I actually kept the ink ribbon is because I am going to be going back to the main hall and picking up the ink ribbon in there so that I can get some extra saves, and so that you all can get some extra saves as well. So yes, and since I was going back through here anyway, figured I'd get it. But I actually opted to go back upstairs. I'm actually going to the safe room on the other side of the mansion, well, on the left side of the mansion, I guess, which is near where we first saw the first zombie of the game. But I decided to go upstairs because there's less opposition through here, and I just did not want to get damaged backtracking. But if I had better, not conserved my ammunition, but if I made better use of the space that I had, then I wouldn't have had to backtrack through here. I don't remember where I went wrong, but I definitely went wrong somewhere, because I eventually had to backtrack here in order to pick up some more ammo that I left. So that is quite unfortunate. But in any case, we will be leaving the mansion very, very soon. And we will be completing the entirety of the guardhouse in this video as well. So I also ended up picking up the fuel canteen, but you probably don't want to pick that up at this point. We will never be using it again, in all honesty. I guess I figured maybe I would have to use it again because I'm going to be using the 2 shots, the extra 2 shots that I have. So I figured, well, if the zombie just doesn't get decapitated or something like that, that I would just burn it. But yes. So now we are backtracking to the safe room that we initially started in this video, so that I can put away, you know, the shotgun shells, any extra shotgun shells that I have, as well as pick up the rest of the death masks, because we have acquired all of the death masks in the game. And Jesus Christ, I cannot speak today. God damn it. So yeah. So for anyone wondering, yes, I have completed this. I pretty much I've completed this, I think last week or sometime. So yes, I completed it before I actually uploaded the first video. So for anyone wondering, yes, this has been completed, and it is possible to no damage this, so do not worry. In either case, right now I am going to be taking out the zombie in this room that I left alive, so I honestly should have done that earlier, but yes. So I decapitated him so that I would not have to deal with him later on when going back through this room. And I actually tried to decapitate this guy, but he was not having it, so I was like, you know what, screw it. And yeah. So the reason, again, that I backtracked is because I wanted to have 6 shotgun shells in my shotgun before fighting the Elder Crimson Head zombie, which we will be fighting after we place all of the death masks. You want at least 6 shotgun shots. However, I do believe that it only took me 4 shotgun blasts to kill him. I actually did save the game here because I did not want to backtrack through there again. So, yeah. In any case, you're going to want to take the jewelry box, take the wind crest, and take all the death masks as well as the shotgun. And that is all we are going to be needing here. Because right after we place all of these, we will be leaving the mansion. So it is going to be quite nice indeed. But in any case, killing the zombie in here makes things so much easier. It's just so much nicer to be able to run through there without having to deal with dodging that guy. But yes, for anyone wondering, the Elder Crimson Head can actually grab you. So if you wanted to, you could maybe use your grenades to kill him. I know in the previous video I told you to save all of your grenades for the end of the game. However, if you did want to try with at least one of the grenades, well, if you wanted to, you know, actually try, obviously it would take one of the grenades, and only one of them to kill the Elder Crimson Head, but yes, if you want to, you can actually experiment with that and just take him out by throwing a grenade in his mouth and just not wasting any ammunition. So that's another way to, you know, take him down, but it is pretty risky when you're doing no damage, especially since he will slash at you more often than he will actually grab you. So, yes. In any case, you're going to want to place the death masks in a certain order. I don't remember which order at this point, just because I was not paying attention to what I was doing. But obviously, just follow what I did, and you will be okay there. And the chains will pull out of the grave that is up in the air there. It's kind of strange, but yes. Yes, the next one is the Michael Jackson mask, so be sure to place that. And the final one is the mask that doesn't have a mouth. And there you go. And that is the end of it. So now that the tomb fell on the floor, it opens up and there is a zombie inside. But the gate behind us closes, so we have to actually take out this Elder Crimson Head. So what you want to do is spin around and just start firing at him. Just fire at him non-stop until he goes down. And yes, that was the end of it. It was pretty easy for me. He's not always that easy, I will admit, but for some reason he did not decide to give me a hard time. You can actually kill him with 3 shots as well, but you have to be up close to him in order for that to happen. But in any case, once you kill him, be sure to pick up the steel and metal objects, which is what we are going to need in order to leave the mansion. But yes, he's a lot easier to take down with Jill, especially if you have the assault shotgun by this point, which you should, unless you're doing a speedrun and you decided to just leave Richard alone. But yes, with the assault shotgun, it's a lot easier to do the recoil cancel. And yeah, I don't know, with this shotgun, it's a lot harder to do, at least in my opinion. I don't know, I have a hard time with it. But yes. So now that we have this object, we will be moving on. I decided to blast this guy in the face since I'm going to be getting more shotgun ammo very, very soon. And I used less shotgun ammo than I thought I would have to. I honestly thought it was going to take me all 6 shots to kill the Elder Crimson Head, but it did not. As you saw just earlier. So yes, place the stone and metal object, and it will unlock this beautiful blue door over here that looks like it's been signed by someone. Interesting, someone left their autograph on there. But yes, so be sure to pick up the shotgun shells, and there is also another flash grenade that you can pick up here, which is on this wall. And of course, just in case you need it, there is a first aid spray there. So now we are on to the Lisa sequence, wherein we must actually acquire the crank in order to get to the guardhouse. But before we do that, we have to do this annoying little puzzle thing where we have to turn this compass to the west, make it stop west. And you're not actually turning the compass, you just have to stop it at the right time, which can be irritating every so often when you're just trying to get through the text fast and you accidentally make it stop, which is what happened to me before. And the speed that the compasses spin is actually randomized. Sometimes they can be spinning very quickly, so yeah, just be wary of that. There's no penalty for screwing that up, so it just can be a little irritating doing that. But in any case, in here we are going to want to take out the crows, so be sure to equip your shotgun, take out these two, turn, point upward. As soon as you see some crows, shoot them, and that'll be it. That'll be all the crows in this room. And you will not be attacked when you come over here, because yes, the crows will attack you if you come over here. So be sure to place the wind crest and then pick up the sun, the moon, and the star crests, because we are attempting to acquire the magnum, which is the most powerful weapon that you can get with Chris. It's the most powerful weapon you can get with Jill as well, but yeah, since Chris doesn't have a grenade launcher, it is very useful to have the magnum. And it's quite unfortunate that you have to go so out of your way to get the magnum in this version of the game, because if you're speedrunning this, then yes, you're just going to have to make do with both shotguns, because there's no way you're going to be getting the magnum and getting a good time in the game. But yeah, so examine the back of each of the crests, make sure to pop out the protruding lines, or make the lines protrude anyway on the back of the crests. Place them into the gravestone and you will be awarded a magnum. Such a beautiful silver serpent it is. Yes, yes indeed. So, now that we have the best weapon in the game, we will be continuing on to Lisa's house. And yes, we must go to her cabin, or whatever you want to call it, in order to get the crank. I'm pretty sure I said that earlier, but yes. So last time in the Jill walkthrough, I showed you how to dodge Lisa without using the magnum. However, this time around, I'm going to show you how to dodge her with the magnum, or while using the magnum, which is far easier to do than, you know, not using the magnum. But yes. It's very simple, as you will soon see. So there is an item box in here. You could, if you wanted, you could leave your old shotgun here, because we are going to be getting the assault shotgun, and we honestly will not really need this shotgun anymore. So later on in the game, we could reacquire that shotgun when coming back to the mansion after going to the underground area. But if you don't want to do that, then just leave it in the guardhouse, because I am never going to be using this shotgun again. But if you did want to keep it around for later on in the game, be sure to leave it in that item box, unless you just like to backtrack. But yes, we picked up the crank. Lisa came to knock us out because she doesn't like us in our home. However, we equipped the magnum, so when you see her coming at you, shoot her in the face, shoot her wherever you want, honestly, and just run forward past her, and that's all it takes. Honestly, that's essentially all you need to do, and she will be done for, and you can leave. So now we are going to backtrack a little bit in order to get to the area where we need the crank. And the area that we need the crank in is guarded by zombie dogs. Yes, indeed, zombie dogs are going to be around. However, they are very easy to dodge during this sequence. But later on, we will be killing these zombie dogs. Not all of them, but all of them on the first floor, or second floor, I guess. I don't know. I guess it is the first floor because the other zombies are... I suppose you could say they're in a more basement-like area, right? Well, either way, we have to take an elevator down in the area with the dogs, so... the dogs that are on the bottom floor, we will not be taking down. But they haven't even spawned there yet, so we don't really have to worry about those guys. There are crows in that area, though. But yes, I'm just rambling. My apologies. So, yes, we are going to want to go through this door. There will be 3 zombie dogs in here. If you wanted, you could just use a shotgun and try to take them down, honestly. But they are really easy to just run past. I mean, you can run into this guy and he won't do a thing to you. So, yes, just run past them, go through this door, and you will be okay. But when we are coming back, we will be killing those 3. Because they are a real nuisance. So now, let's use the crank in order to make the water drain from this area so that we can cross. Too bad we can't swim like in the later Resident Evil games, but in either case we don't want our clothes to get wet, so at least at this point. Later on our clothes may get a little bit wet. Also later on there will be snakes coming in this area, and we will be killing one of them, just like we did with Jill, so yes. Now, let's take the elevator down, and again, we are making our way to the guardhouse. There are crows down here right now. Again, this will be the area that will contain zombie dogs when we come back, and I will never be killing those zombie dogs. However, if you want to, you can do so. But I don't really see the point of doing so. I think it's a waste of ammunition, so yes. And here are the snakes. They start off here, and then apparently they make their way upstairs, take the elevator, and just wait for you when you're coming back. So here it is, the guardhouse. So firstly, let's go into the safe room to see what's in there, put away some of our items, and yeah. So there is another flash grenade in this safe room, so be sure to pick that up. You can also pick up the ink ribbon if you'd like, and save your game. So once you do that, you can put away the crank, you can put away the shotgun, and the ink ribbon. I actually kept the shotgun because I was not sure about whether or not I need it, but you honestly do not, so just put it away. So the first thing we want to do in the guardhouse is go into this room and pick up the red book. There will be 2 giant spiders in this room. This will be the first time that we are encountering these creatures, but for the most part they're relatively congenial toward you. I mean, they don't really attack much. For the most part they just look around and just, you know, survey the area. They're not too aggressive, honestly. So the next thing that we want to do is push this box over one of the holes in the floor. Because if we do not do this, then the plant tentacle will grab our neck, pull us a few times, and it will damage us. So we do not want that to happen. So be sure to push the box over the hole right where I did. If you try to push it over the hole in the middle of the floor, the tentacle will grab you from the other hole for some reason, so yeah. So now that we've done that, we are making our way to room number 2, or 002, and in here we actually need to pick up a residence key, which is located in the bathroom. This area is pretty straightforward for the most part. There's honestly not too much backtracking that you need to do, and any backtracking that you do in this area isn't too bad since the area is not too large. So, if you wait around in this room after picking up the residence key, a zombie will come in, and I actually tried to decapitate him here, which I did succeed in doing. For some reason I thought I didn't. But yeah, if you want to if you did not bring the shotgun, as I suggested earlier, you can just dodge him, and he will be stuck in that room forever. He will never come back out. That's the zombie that's usually in the middle of this room, or not this room, the room that I was in prior to this one. And yeah, he just stands around there, and he's in a very narrow area, which makes it kind of annoying to dodge him when going back through there. So if you do not want to deal with him at all, just make him go into that bathroom, get around him, and just leave him in there. Or decapitate him like I did. So yes, now we use the residence key over here in room 001, I believe. And in this room, we are going to be picking up the control room key. You can also pick up the self-defense gun, which I do suggest picking up this time around, because with Chris, we are going to be using the self-defense gun, unlike with Jill. So, yes. Let's pick up the control room key. And once we do that, either this zombie will get up, or the zombie in the next room will fall off of his rope and attack you. Thankfully, I had the zombie in the bathroom, because later on I go back to get the self-defense gun, but I kind of forgot about it this time around. So, after you pick up the self-defense gun and everything like that, go back in here and just place it inside of the item box. I also went in here to place my shotgun, because I should have done that earlier, in all honesty. I did not need to decapitate that zombie. But either way, I would have came in this safe room, so yeah. So, now that we have the control room key, we are going to be making our way to the control room, which is located in a hidden area in room 002 of the mansion. You know, it would be very interesting if a Resident Evil game happened in a hotel or something like that. That would be cool. Have all the specific rooms and stuff. But then again, Silent Hill kind of did that already, so... yeah, they did a really good job with the hotel theme, so... So much for that idea. In any case, you're going to want to push these bookshelves. And once you push them in a certain way, you will notice that there is a ladder. Be sure to climb down that ladder. And once we do this, we will have a little bit of a puzzle to solve. Not really, we just need to push boxes. So, a box puzzle. So we need to push these boxes over the water here in order to get across. And yes, I did fast forward this because it is so boring to watch in real time. Yes. Probably the most boring thing to watch in this game is pushing those 3 boxes. So I fast forwarded it to save us all time. And yes. So now, we will very soon be able to get the assault shotgun, because this is the area that Richard actually loses his life in with Chris. Richard actually saves Chris from a giant shark, and yeah. I prefer this death, but I think it looks more heroic when he does it here. But I guess being devoured by the snake was less painful. I don't know. Either way, it's a painful death. Either get shredded up by sharks or swallowed whole by a giant snake. I'm pretty sure... Well, he might have died of suffocation when he went into the snake, but then again, the snake could have crushed his body with its inside, so... I don't know. I don't know which is worse. But anyway, we use the control room key. Firstly, you're going to want to try to drain the water. And that shark is not having any of it, so we are going to need to fix the oil pressure in here because the shark just completely screwed us. So yes, hit the switch on the right side of the room, then go to the left side to try to pull the lever.
Reaching 30% of pressure.
Once you do that, the shutters will try to close, but the oil pressure is kind of screwed over, so they're not closing all the way. So go back here, check the whiteboard. It will give you the number that you need to, the number of the valve that you need to open in order to fix the pressure in here. So for me, it was valve number 3. So now we need to hit the switch on the right again. then we need to pull the lever again, which is on the left side of the room. And then we can go and drain the water, which was the switch that we tried to hit, where the shark just crashed into the glass up there. So yes, for giving us all that trouble, that shark shall suffocate. Yes, suffocate, suffocate, you horrible, horrible creature. That's what you get for killing my friend. Though it was kind of helpful for me because I'm going to pick up his gun, so thank you, I guess. So in any case, you're going to want to leave this room. And all the water will be drained, as you will soon notice. Water falling from everywhere. So in this area, there are actually magnum rounds that we can pick up. Be sure to do that, because the magnum is amazing. And you never want to miss a chance to pick up magnum rounds. That is for sure. So in this room, there is another residence key that we need to pick up. Do not worry about that shark. He can't do anything to you, as far as I know anyway. I've never had him attack me or anything. However, this shark can very well attack you. So, once he starts moving around like this, hit the button on the left side after pushing this control panel into the water. So yes, once you do all that, shark will be electrocuted. Get some fish fry over here. And then we can pick up the residence key. However, there's actually a way to get the residence key without killing the shark like this. You can just run past the shark, but it is insanely hard to do. And if you've never done it before, you'll more likely than not die there. So I would not suggest trying it. But yes, we can also pick up Richard's assault shotgun here. So definitely do that, because this is going to be our primary weapon throughout the rest of the game. We are done with the old shotgun that we had. It served us pretty well, but yes, screw that shotgun. I have an assault shotgun now, and I'm very, very happy about it because it holds more shotgun ammo, shoots faster, and it's a bit more powerful. So yes, and I love this song here. You guys probably didn't notice the song too much because I fast forwarded through the area that it mostly plays in when I was pushing the boxes, but it is quite a great song, if I do say so myself. Even though it isn't many notes, but I don't know, it has a good feel, in my opinion. But yes, in any case, we are not going to be doing the V-Jolts like we did with Jill Valentine, because doing the V-Jolt does absolutely nothing with Chris, and in order to even be able to do the V-Jolts, we would have had to let Richard die in the mansion, and we would not have been able to pick up the assault shotgun, which would have been a crime against humanity. So yes, do not even bother with the V-Jolt with Chris. But in any case, we want to use the residence key over on this door. And yes, so now that we've used it, there is insecticide spray in this room that we must acquire to kill all these bees. These terrible, terrible, deformed bees that are so annoying if you are not careful. Oddly enough, I had no trouble dodging them during my no damage playthroughs, but every so often during my normal playthroughs, one of them stings me, and it really pisses me off. But yeah, so we're going to go back here in order to use the insecticide spray. You're going to want to take this map, but when going through this text, be sure to mash the cancel button. Do not mash the confirm button, because if you mash confirm, then you will look through the peephole there, or the hole in the wall, and the bees will come out and attack you from this side. So you do not want that to happen. Hit the cancel button, use your insecticide spray, kill all the bees, then go back into the room. It's kind of a weird thing that the game designers did there. It is kind of annoying too, but I don't know, I guess it's kind of interesting. Kind of an interesting little trick that they played on gamers there. But in any case, we have acquired the final residence key, so now we are going to be using it on door number 3 over here. And we will finally also be using the red book. So, let's do that right now. So let's pull the white book off the shelf, get through all this chemistry nonsense, place the red book. So you are going to want to reorder the books in the way that I do. It's very, very easy to do so. And once you reorder the books, you will get a picture of a nude woman. Very artistic image of a nude woman. I don't know if she's dead, though. She's just chilling on the beach, or if she's dead on the beach. But yes, once that happens, you're going to want to go through the door that was revealed. And we are going to be fighting Plant 42. Unlike what we did with Jill. So, when fighting Plant 42, you want to run up the stairs, acquire your magnum, or acquire my magnum. You want to equip the magnum, shoot the plant 3 times from this spot over here that I'm standing, and yes, wait for it to shoot or throw out all that weird liquid stuff. After it does that, it will try to swing at you. Once it tries to swing at you, shoot it 2 more times and it will be dead, and that's all it takes to kill Plant 42 when you have a magnum. It is so amazing, and it's very easy to do when you have a magnum. I also went back to the safe room earlier to get my ink ribbon and save the game. So, yes, because I started this Plant 42 fight during another session. So, I don't know, I decided to cut that out of the video because I've already done enough backtracking here, and there are absolutely no enemies throughout the guardhouse anymore, so I didn't see any reason not to cut it out of here. But just in case anyone wants the raw footage, be sure to tell me if you believe that I did take damage at some point, which would not make sense, but yes. I don't know, there's always those random commenters who are just like, oh yeah, you edited this, so you must have taken damage. But yes, so that is the end of the guardhouse, yes. The guardhouse, after killing Plant 42, you get the mansion key, and yes, that's all we needed from this place. All this work just for a mansion key. And we can also run through this middle area now without fear of being tentacle raped. So that's always good. But in any case, through here, I realized that I needed to pick up the self-defense gun because I'm going to be needing it. I did put that shotgun in my inventory because I thought I was going to be taking it with me for some reason. But yes, do not take that shotgun with you because you will not have enough space for what we need to do. Again, I think it's best to leave that shotgun where Lisa's, I was going to say cavern was, where Lisa's little shack was in the woods. Be sure to leave it in there because you will be able to reacquire it with the route that we are going through. But yes, the self-defense gun, we are going to be using this to take out a hunter in the next video. And the self-defense gun can actually take out, I think, any enemy with the one shot. However, it can't take down bosses in one shot, obviously. It would be amazing if it shot rockets and just, you know, killed the last boss in one shot. I would love that to no end. But in any case, be sure to save the game here if you need to, and I will see you all next time in the next part of the walkthrough.